if your asshole is tight.
Bitch boy, stand by. There's a good chance that one of us will cry tonight. Bitch boy, stand by. Asked if you could come over and my mom said it was alright. Bitch boy.
You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey, man. You got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, KJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 222.
Woo! Yeah, fake enthusiasm after fucking 30 minutes of bullshit. Yeah!
It's a special edition. It's a special edition pre-recorded Drunken Peasant.
Awesome.
You know,
Feel the pre-recorded goodness.
and we tried for over a half hour to get the show going, and assholes decided to fuck with us and take our stream down. So we're doing it pre-recorded.
Yeah!
And we're gonna go ahead and bring our guests and Paul on the show now, just to get on with it.
Bring them on.
All right.
Accept.
Hello.
Whoa.
Where is it?
Whoa, wait.
Okay.
God damn it.
I'm trying to click fucking accept on this shit.
Is it?
All right. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Kaceytron.
Thank you for having me on the show. Is it live now? Well, it's recording now.
Yes, it's
Yes.
recording now.
Everything's
Okay.
recording.
Do we start over with the McNuggets or
Start from the top. McNuggets.
with the McNuggets?
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
like
but hold
you're
on, hold on,
asking.
Casey.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know. No, the McNuggets thing is over. That ship
It's
has
done.
sailed. That ship has sailed.
It's done. Okay.
Casey,
Well, I mean, I
why
have
do
a lot
they
to
why do
say
they hate
about
you
them.
so much, Casey? Why do they hate you so much, huh? Why do they hate you so much? They DDOS our show down into shit.
I've had a lot of issues with DDoXing in the past with Fortune. I'm assuming
Fortune,
is the people
yeah.
behind it, and
Those damn Fortune.
Yeah, it is. It's really upsetting. I don't know why they do this to me. I think they're just afraid of a strong woman who can speak her mind,
Are you
it's
strong?
just another way that they try to silence me.
How are
I mean,
you strong?
I like to think that I'm strong. I'm very strong-willed, strong-minded. So,
In what way?
I have a lot of brain power. I have a really strong brain. Whenever you think about it, the brain is like a muscle. and you have to exercise it just like any other one. So, you know, like I'll do flashcards and stuff like that during the day to just make sure that, you know, I'm exercising my strongest muscle.
What kind of flashcards? Is it like 2 + 2 = 4 and shit like that, or?
Yeah, just like colors and like shapes, things like that,
Okay.
you know, just to make sure like I'm
Stay
on.
sharp. Make sure you know.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a triangle, my friend.
But one thing I
Exactly.
Can't get one
noticed.
past me.
One
That's
thing I
right.
noticed when I realized that your brain was so sharp was that, you know, you were able to just rattle off the names of video games, like whatever. You know, you could just name
Oh,
video
yeah.
game.
Well, I've been like, you know, video games is like my life. I've been doing video game stuff for like so long, ever since I was a young baby. So, I mean, like, I just know so many titles to different games that I've played, you know.
Like what?
Yeah.
The Sims House Party, The Sims Living Large, The Sims Hot Date, The Sims 2,
Yeah. Holy
The
shit.
Sims World Adventures, The Sims 3 Stories, The Sims Medieval, The Sims 4. They're on the 4th one now, and they're supposed to come out with an expansion to that one soon, I think. Did you ever
Wow.
play The Sims Online?
No, I never have.
Oh, it was really
Strangely
good.
enough.
They actually.
I'm not a hardcore gamer like you, though, so. You know.
Yeah, I was really hardcore into The Sims for a long time, but I used to play The Sims Online, but they actually shut down the servers for it. It was really sad whenever that happened.
Did you sing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot?
It was just like everybody, you know, because everybody had just gotten to know each other so well on the servers, you know, it was like everybody just hung out, you know, as their sim character until the servers went down at midnight, and it was just like a really sad thing. But I mean, that's a part of my life that's over now. I haven't played The Sims for a while now, so.
Paul loves The Sims, don't you, Paul?
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like go more so for like career or like family or just trying to get all their points up?
I like building up Sims and then fucking their lives up and watching their entire lives collapse. That's my favorite thing to do. Like, have somebody fall madly in love with another Sim, and then just kill that Sim and watch them grieve and don't comfort them at all. Just let them, and then like as this is happening, I strip away all their material possessions, like to like simulate what would really happen if somebody just went into a deep depression after a death. So like they lose their job and they get all their shit repossessed.
So basically, you're like God in the Book of Job.
You know, they can die from depression too.
I know. That's what I'm always shooting
just like
for.
people.
Yeah.
But I think that's like suicide or something. I don't know. But anyway.
I do want to get back to the McNuggets just for a second because.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
But before.
Okay, I was just playing devil's advocate. McDonald's McNuggets are way better.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
They really are. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the
I'm
thing
glad
about
that
them,
you admitted to it.
they come in the most predictable shapes, correct?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
the boot.
4 McNugget shapes. There's the boot, the ball, the bow tie, and gosh, there's another one.
There's one that kind of looks like.
No, wait, the boot,
Plasticist.
the ball, the boot, the ball, the bell, and the bone. That's the 4 McNugget
I feel like
shapes.
there's one that's kind of
My
shaped like
favorite's the
Texas,
boot.
though.
My favorite's the boot. You might be thinking of the boot.
It
Maybe.
seems most times you get the boot. Like, but
That's
the boot
my
seems to
favorite
be,
one. It's
it
the
seems
best
to be
for
the most
dipping.
popular shape. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
whenever
it's the
I go
best
and
for
get some
dipping for
McNuggets,
sure.
it's like 90% the boot and a couple balls usually.
Any preferred sauces?
Yes.
I always liked. They don't usually give you these at McDonald's. Some will do it, but if they don't, I'll just get my own. I usually use like honey. I really like
Just the
some
honey,
sweet
like
shit
the
on my
sweet and
chicken.
Sour. Yeah, I really like the hot mustard sauce. That's my preferred sauce.
What about you, Paul? What kind of McNugget eater are you, you fat fuck?
Yeah, what sauce do you use?
I'm a barbecue sauce guy.
Yeah, barbecue sauce is my second favorite.
Wow, how boring. How boring, Paul.
Sorry. What was I
How
supposed to
drab,
say?
how dull. I don't know.
I
Come up
like
with
to,
something crazy.
I like to ask the people at McDonald's if they'll shit in a Dixie cup and give me that for sauce, and I'll just.
That would be against health code violations. I doubt.
Yeah,
or
you're
health code.
right.
I doubt they would
You're
do
right.
that. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're always really good about staying within health codes.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't shit in a
Some of the
Dixie cup.
cleanest restaurants.
Paul, you're such a
I've
fucking pleb, Paul, that I thought you were gonna say that you were gonna I thought you were gonna say ketchup. Honestly, I thought you're like, I just dip them in ketchup. Nothing too fancy for the Paulster.
I mean,
Is
come
it
on,
okay
man.
that I show this mug, or do you need to like blur it out or anything? It's one of my sponsors, Green Groves Dairy Farm. I don't know. I'm just letting you know in case you need to blur it out.
Yeah, well, thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah, you're
blur that.
welcome. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I made sure it was visible. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, we
Green
won't need
Groves
to blur.
Dairy
It out.
Farm, country fresh milk for over 75 years.
We're gonna have to
So
bleep
it's-
you out now too.
It's
Oh,
interesting.
sorry.
It's interesting that a milk company would be interested in sponsoring you. Are you a big fan of milk or the production of milk or?
It was just a local family farm. I was really wanting a sponsorship, so I kind of reached out to them, and it's been great. They have a website, greengrovesdairyfarm.com.
Do you think have you gotten any backlash from vegans because of this? Because I think they'd be pretty pissed off about that.
Oh, I hate vegans. I mean, wait, are one of you
No.
Is there a vegan in here right now? Okay.
Does it
No.
does it look like anybody in here is a vegan?
I just wanted to make sure because I know that you guys probably read Reddit and stuff like that. So
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I don't read.
Oh,
Reddit.
by the way,
Okay.
Paul, you got your own subreddit now. Someone started it. I saw that.
Oh, neat.
oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I've
You've
solidified-
reached the tippy top now.
Yeah, the top of the internet is attainable now, man. I'm just a couple of flights from the penthouse, baby. I got my own subreddit.
Yes.
No one likes it yet, but maybe someday someone will.
You know, TJ,
Maybe someone will gift you Reddit Gold.
TJ, Paul's looking thinner, man.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
so.
actually not true. I'm looking at myself, and I actually look more bloated than I normally look.
Go along with this.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking thinner.
He doesn't look. Paul, I think we should do a stage production of The Big Lebowski, and you could be Walter, and I'll be the dude.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, let's do that. But I don't want to
okay.
actually have to
what's-
memorize
hello,
lines, so I'm
what's
just
that?
gonna make shit up as I go. What's what? He's smoking tobacco in his
What
decorative
was
glass
that?
pipe.
Oh, I just saw.
What?
Yeah, it's just
Okay, I just wanted
it's just
to
a
make
tobacco
sure.
pipe, Lacey.
Lacey.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's
It's Casey.
Lazy.
sorry, Casey, sorry.
So hard. You know,
It's okay.
and who knows what I'm talking about when I say that.
Yeah,
You
so
wanna
I
play a video?
Yeah, I thought we'd get into playing some videos and we can talk about them.
There's no troll or not a troll tonight because
Yeah.
I think that should be obvious. Anyway,
Run.
Runny Lump.
Yeah.
Let's play the intro. Look, turds.
Yeah, someone made us as turds.
They just that's just a picture.
Yeah, why would they want to do that? Are they trying to say we're shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
trying to say we're
that's
the shit.
offensive.
It's offensive. You offended? How many times are you offended a day on
I don't
average,
know. I would
Kaceytron?
be offended if somebody depicted me that way. I mean, you should see some of the things these people tweet at me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just kind of gotten over it, but
You know, I've watched your Twitch stream, and for some reason in the chat room, I don't know why, but like people keep, putting in text that looks like big buggy eyes for some reason.
Yeah.
Like these.
oh,
these
are you talking about the
they just
ASCII art?
Yeah. For some reason, it just looks like like
Very
big,
large.
wide open,
Very
big eyes
large
for some
eyes,
reason.
Yeah.
And that's all you see.
We've had
Kind
a
of
problem.
cockeyed, kind of pointing in different directions, like a chameleon
We've
almost.
had a problem with that for a while. My moderators have been working long and hard to try to help that issue. Do you guys have moderators?
No.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
We usually just close the chat because that's easier than moderating it.
Yeah, that's our moderator.
Our moderator is you're not allowed to say anything.
Sometimes we open it on an occasion, but
We tried to give
So
him
if
an
the
olive
chat
branch
becomes
tonight
too
and let
much, you
him
just
have
turn
the
it
chat,
off?
but
usually we just keep it off, and on an occasion we'll open it.
Yeah.
Usually when we have a guest.
Just
or
for
something.
shits and giggles.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I
it's
saw
time.
what the chat was
It's time
saying
for some
about
news.
me.
I look forward to hearing
Yeah.
your astute political analysis, Kaceytron.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready. I love politics.
I'm sure you do.
All right. This is a video about Donald Trump being a horrible landlord in the 1980s when he opened this company and pretty much fucked everybody over.
Neat.
On the stump, Donald Trump spins away every business failure, whether it's using bankruptcy laws for his 4 troubled casinos.
I have used the laws of this country just like the greatest people that you read about every day in business.
To Trump University.
Trump University, we're going to start it up as soon as I win the lawsuit.
To Trump.
It's too bad. Kaceytron, did you go to Trump University?
No, I didn't get a chance to go to Trump University. I don't think it was a thing whenever I was looking at schools. I am working on getting a degree in women's studies, though.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah.
What do you study? What are you studying about women currently? Like, what are your current studies of women?
I've just always been a really big advocate for women's rights and, you know, just finding different ways to empower women all over the world and be a role model to them and show them, you know, that they can do it, you know.
You know,
They
recently,
can do what?
recently, Kaceytron, even though you say you're raising awareness for women, you're equal opportunity in some respects, because I saw that recently on your stream you're raising awareness for an affliction that only affects men. Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah, Micro Penis Awareness Month is something that I've been raising.
Finally.
Please don't snicker.
We're not
No.
snickering.
I'm not snickering. I'm applauding.
I'm snickering
great.
because TJ has a micro penis.
Yeah, man. Finally, some representation.
I mean, it's something to be proud of. It's nothing to be ashamed of. There's, you know, I've read a lot into micro penis awareness, and a lot of the time, men who are in a relationship that have micro penis are a lot better at satisfying their female partner
Damn
in
straight.
other ways. And, you know, I think that's great that you can look to other ways to satisfying your partners besides using your genitalia. You know, I've read that some will do penetration at times, but it can be hard depending on how micro it is.
Oh, it's
But,
like a
yeah,
fucking
I
tic
have
tac
been
down
raising
there,
awareness for
man.
Micro Penis Awareness Month. Yeah, micro penis is
It's so small. It
anything-
takes me like 2 hours to piss the hole. You know.
Is it? I'm so sorry. I mean, micro penis is anything.
But the weirdest
below
thing is my
2.5
balls are like the
inches while
signs of
erect.
oranges. You know. Balls are like the size of
Yeah,
oranges.
that's
You
pretty
know.
common too.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty common too with micro penis awareness or with micro penis. Have you been to a doctor and gotten checked, or
No, I just noticed it's really small.
are they
And I'm
sure
just
you
like,
have
you know,
it?
yeah, I got it. I got it bad. You know.
Yeah, I mean, go to the doctor, get checked, and you know, you know,
Do you suffer
you're
from micro
unsure, go to the
penis,
doctor.
Kaceytron?
do I?
Yeah.
No, I actually don't have a
So you got a
penis
big
or
thick
anything
cock?
like that.
No. Oh, okay. I always
I
thought.
don't. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
been, like,
I
some
was
rumors
confused,
about that, and
because
I've
I
been
always thought
trying
you
to
were
just get
trans.
rid
I've
of
heard
those
that
rumors.
before. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I've
not
seen.
true.
I saw those pictures of you like jerking off what appeared to be like a giant cock, though. Were those just like fake?
That was a Photoshop. Yeah.
Oh, it was a Photoshop.
That happens. Yeah, I've had a lot of people
Wow.
Photoshop
That's crazy.
penises
Why do they do that?
into my mouth and things like that.
Why do they do that stuff?
It's just to furtherly try to ruin my image. There's been nude
Wow.
pictures of me photoshopped and different things like that, and it's just, like I said, it's just them trying to ruin my image so people take me less seriously.
I don't think that's possible.
For people to take me
What?
less seriously. I mean,
no. I was just saying, I don't think it's possible to destroy an image such as yours, you know? because it's already, you know,
thank
you're
you.
obviously so well respected and all that.
I am very respected in the community.
Oh yeah. You know, for sure.
Well,
when we announced we were putting you on the show, everyone was just like, finally, a respectable fucking guest for this lowbrow show. So thank you for even being on here, elevating the discourse. You know, I know we're usually pretty lowbrow, but you know, tonight we're classing it up with Kaceytron.
You're welcome. And the viewers are welcome
yes,
too.
thank you so much. Anyway, I guess no one wants to talk about Trump. Don't you? Aren't you a big Trump supporter, Kaceytron?
I am a big Trump supporter, and I think the video that you just showed is just, you know, another smear campaign against him. It's like all of the candidates are trying to bully up against him and just say all of these bad things about him. The thing about Trump is his life has been so public for so long. You know, they're digging up these videos from, you know, ages ago, and it's like he's a different person than what he was.
Let me ask you a question, Kaceytron. Let me just ask you a question. Let's say Donald Trump, he gets a nomination, and he's on the path to do that right now. He gets a nomination. He comes to you and says, Kaceytron, will you be my VP? Would you accept the offer?
You know, I haven't really thought about running for politics. I haven't really thought about running for politics. I would like to, but before I get into doing it on such a big scale like vice president, and I'm honored that you would even, you know, recommend that. You know, I'd like to start off on like a smaller scale as like you know, maybe like a governor or a senator or something like that.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you want to get a little practice in before you do the VP thing.
Yeah,
but you know,
I do
honestly,
like
like VP, you know, that's like a, you know, that's a pretty good position because you're kind of like watching the president and training to be president. So you know, you get a little on the job training going on there. You know.
Yeah, like I could take over in case anything happened to him. God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid. God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not play that heinous lying video, Ben.
Oh shit!
That is
Sorry.
some pure
What
smear
video?
tactic shit.
Casey, since you're not a vegetarian or a vegan, have you ever had a delicious Trump steak from the Sharper Image?
I haven't had the pleasure. Have you?
No. They were in business, you know, so short that I literally, like, by the time I heard about it and got in my car to drive to the mall to the Sharper Image, they had pulled them from the shelves.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a good steak, and I'm sure Donald Trump does too. So I would, you know, fully believe in his opinion on what a good steak is.
You know what? We should just play the commercial, the Trump steak commercial.
Yeah, pull that up. Let's try to get Trump steaks back. Let's start a hashtag. Bring back Trump steaks.
I think he'd do
damn it.
I think I'd rather have him just sell steaks than even be president.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he would just devote. He could be the president of steaks. Why the fuck not? The world's greatest steaks.
I love
For fuck's
steaks.
sake.
Trump steaks, dude.
Trump
Is
steaks.
it starting?
Yeah.
When it comes to great steaks, I've just raised the stakes. The Sharper Image is one of my favorite
Shit,
stores
yeah.
with fantastic products of all kinds. That's why I'm thrilled they agree with me. Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks, and I mean that in every sense of the word. And the Sharper Image is the only store where you can buy them.
Okay, therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem with Trump steaks.
You know, a lot of people would say, a lot of fucking people would say that, oh, it's a bad idea to sell steaks at the Sharper Image because who wants to buy, you know, food at the mall or the airport? You know, you would think that. And maybe you know, it just wasn't the time for that. You know, people like Trump, they're visionaries. They see ahead to what the market's going to do. And maybe he fucking just miscalculated and he put Trump steaks out there a little too soon. But you know what? I think the time is right for Trump steaks to come back. Now they can have the presidential seal of approval.
What you said, he is really ahead of his time. You know, the thing about Trump and why I think that he would be a really great president is he's a businessman, and this is corporate America, and the way we're running it now, we're running it like it's some sort of charity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
man.
we need a businessman to get us back on the right track.
Fuck yeah, cut off the fat. We're watching a video about Trump steaks. Well, imagine America is a Trump steak and the poor people are just the fat. It's time to cut off the fat. You know, get to the steak.
I'm sure Kaceytron thinks Trump is a very attractive looking guy with his hair. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, that's not the thing that mainly attracts me to Trump. I think that he just comes off like so strong, and it's been a long time, I think, since we've just had such a strong alpha president. You know, it's that alpha like presence that he represents that just, I think, America really needs. And then you have, you know, people wanting Bernie Sanders to be president, and it's like, how is Putin going to be afraid of Bernie Sanders?
Putin ain't afraid of that. A little bird isn't even afraid of Bernie Sanders.
Right. And that's why we need a strong president like
if we were
Donald Trump.
if we were electing the president of fucking Disneyland, maybe Bernie Sanders could be president. But if we want a serious president, Donald Trump is the man for sure.
The best tasting, most flavorful beef you've ever had. Truly in a league of their own.
I wish this was still around. Look at that.
5-star gourmet.
5-star.
Quality that belong in a very, very select category of restaurant and are certified Angus beef prime.
Wow.
There's nothing better than that.
There
All
isn't.
of the beef produced in America, less than 1% qualifies for that category.
Wow.
It's the top 1% of beef.
The top 1% of beef. How ironic.
It's apropos. But yeah, Trump is basically Jesus. And you know, he's a pretty trustworthy guy because, you know, like people would say, you know, why are you palling around with Hillary Clinton and shit? Why did you endorse Hillary Clinton for Senate? You know, but he explained it's like, you know, he was cozying up to everybody.
He's wheeling indeed.
He would just lie to her right to her face and act like he was her friend. So that's how you know he's a trustworthy guy, because, you know.
And I mean, I think that's something that you really need in politics.
His loyalty is for the people, you know. It shows him that he's willing to lie to the other politicians, but, you know, he won't lie to the people. Why would he put those skills to use for that? It doesn't even make sense.
Also, like, Trump has gotten a lot of flack for saying that he would, like, go after the babies of terrorists and their mothers and their fathers and their cousins and families. But, like, that's what you have to do. Like, what people don't realize is that every
Waterboarding is not enough.
Every terrorist was once somebody's cousin. Every terrorist was once somebody's baby or mother or father, okay? So just because they're not a terrorist now doesn't mean we shouldn't, like, get a head start on, like, killing them before they become one.
Yeah,
and let me ask this to those anti-Trump people. Would you shoot Hitler as a baby? Yes, you would.
Well, I mean, we know that only terrorists give birth to other terrorists.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they finally prove that?
Well,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know.
A little bit of research.
Patent pending, but, you know, it's coming. We all know it in our gut.
It's not quite a theory yet, but everybody kind of feels it in their guts. Yeah. We know.
It's the best of the best.
The best of the best.
Until now, you could only enjoy steaks of this quality in one of my resort restaurants or America's finest steakhouses, but now that's changed. Today, through the Sharper Image, you can enjoy the world's greatest steaks in your own home with family, friends, anytime. Trump steaks are aged to perfection to provide the ultimate in tenderness and flavor.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's got a rather large family.
Why is that steak so light-colored inside?
He has
I was gonna say,
steak,
dude,
man.
it
looks like fucking chicken. What the fuck?
It looks like the driest steak that I've ever seen in my entire life.
This is a bad picture. He hired bad photographers.
Yeah, I think it's just like the photo.
It's probably just
someone messed with it in Photoshop too long, you know.
Yeah.
The lighting was weird. The steak is fucking. The steak is legit quality.
You'll absolutely love Trump steaks. Treat yourself to the very, very best life has to offer. And as a gift, Trump steaks are the best you can give. One bite and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And believe me, I understand steaks. It's my favorite food, and these are the best.
Wow.
That is a strong endorsement.
And that's the other thing about Donald Trump is he's like so good at, you know, selling you on things. You know what I mean? Like he could go to, you know, what is that thing they do where it's like the world, like all of the world's leaders or whatever that is, you know, that thing that they do?
Like
the Justice League.
It's like the G20.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The thing where it's like
The UN.
no, not the
No?
Justice League. It's like all of the leaders of the world meet, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
UN.
United
Right.
Nations. Yeah, he could go and he could sell the United Nations on so much stuff.
Hello, everybody. We're now sponsored by FedEx, I guess. Anyway, Kaceytron has had to leave the show due to continued DDoSing assholes. So we will have her rejoin us at a later date. We're just going to soldier on. Paul's ego is still here with us. He's having connection trouble, too, because of the DDoS, so he might be in and out. But he's going to be here. We're not going to have him up here on video, so you're spared his ugly face. You'll just be hearing him talk. I'm sorry, Paul.
No, it's all right.
I have to take this out on somebody, Paul.
I work better as a non-visual personality anyway, let's be honest.
I don't know. You kind of have a nice Dr. Robotnik, you know.
I don't even
sort of
get
thing
that.
going.
Dr. Robotnik has a giant bushy fucking mustache.
I don't know. I think it's just the bald head and like the red hair and shit, you know.
Oh. All right. I'll take it. I mean, Dr. Robotnik's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he builds a lot of those crazy devices, but he's constantly thwarted by a fucking hedgehog, so, I mean, you know.
A super fucking hedgehog.
Yeah, super fucking hedgehog, whatever.
All right. Next story. Teacher arrested after knocking over child.
A Georgia teacher was arrested after knocking down.
Watch this shit.
Boom! Wow!
Dude!
Let's see that again. Hold on. Bam, bitch!
Yeah, she fucked that kid up. Like, totally blindsided him, too.
Damn. Just whack! That bitch is tired of kids, man.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, when I started this job, I really believed in education and the future and children, but after 30 fucking years, I just want to kick these little fuckers into walls.
Well, they've taken this profession of teaching that normally, like, creative people go into. Like, I would think that you would want your teachers to be a creative lot. And then they're put in this now teachers are put in this such like a restrictive fucking box with what they can and can't say and what they have to teach and how they have to teach it, how they have to say it, that like all these people, they're going fucking crazy. Like teachers are going nuts. And the job is attracting less and less of the type of people you want to be teachers and more people like this that just fucking hate kids and want a good paying gig with good health insurance.
Yeah. That kid got fucked up, though, dude.
I know. I mean, I could understand. I still wouldn't want them to do it, but I could understand like a teacher wanting to like smack around a bratty kid. But that kid was just like standing there. She knocked him over just because he was like in her way, and she was like, "Fuck you, get out of my way."
She's like Miss fucking Trunchbull from Matilda or some shit. It's crazy. The child was not seriously injured. She resigned and turned herself into police. I think in her mind she was thinking like, I'll just say that I accidentally walked into the kid, but it's just really clear on the tape that she
like
didn't.
kneed him in the back.
Yeah. If she had just accidentally walked into him and wasn't intending harm, she would have stopped before all that force was applied. Like, it's ridiculous. But people act like this shit is just now happening. I saw some crazy shit back when I was in grade school. Like, some crazy shit with teachers and students. There was this kid, Dusty, who was, like, the class clown, I guess, coupled with, like, probably the most violent kid. So if you take the class clown and the class bully and mix them together, he was just insane. One time he was out of school for 3 months. He was threatening me with mustard packets. It was corn dog day, And he sat down aside from me, and he was squeezing these mustard packets at me, going, dude, I'm going to blow these mustard packets all over you. And I kept telling him, just fucking do it then. I'm tired of your shit, Dusty. I'm tired of your shit, Dusty. So he squeezes the fucking mustard packets, and it hits him right directly in both eyes. One of the packets blows in his hand and sprays into both of his eyes. He was out of school for like a week with damage to his eyes from the mustard. Comes back, and that day, I watched my teacher strap him to a desk with a fucking belt. Literally, like, tie him up in class.
Damn.
So, I don't think this teacher bumping the student is something that's all that fucking rare.
Probably not. She just need that kid in the fucking back. Bam, bitch. You weak.
The kid was
I
standing
wonder
in
what
the
that
doorway.
kid did. I wonder what that kid did to, like, provoke her wrath.
Stand in the doorway.
He was in her fucking way, dude. Maybe she's like one of these like lesbian man haters and shit, and she's just like, I can't beat the shit out of a real man, so I'll just beat up a little boy. Whap!
I mean, who knows? Maybe the kid was a little shit. We don't know, but it just looked like the kid was just standing there. So that's all the context.
If he's a little shit, he was a little shit at some other time.
Yeah, but I mean, she's still, you know.
Yeah, it was wrong.
Yeah.
It was wrong, Ben.
It was wrong.
I don't know. If Scotty was here, he'd be like, I understand.
I beat the shit out of that kid. I liked it when someone found that clip and like made it part of something. It was like an intro or something. It was so funny. Man, dude, my kid, I beat the shit out of him.
Good old Scotty.
Anyway, Pat Robertson, tough warriors in the NFL shouldn't criticize Georgia over anti-LGBT bill.
You know, you just ask yourself, these guys are supposed to be tough warriors in the NFL. Why are they suddenly going out to boycott?
Right? This fuck.
Me, Pat Robertson. Me, Christian evangelist. He like Trump. Trump come visit. Trump talk with Robertson. Oh,
He
Jesus.
seemed like trustworthy man.
The state because of some alleged offense against homosexual marriage. I mean, these NFL players are not going to get same-sex marriage, you wouldn't think. And what is going on with those people? This idea that there's some kind of a racial discrimination is nonsense. And we're making a protected class of somebody that you know, it just for centuries have been on the edges of society. Now suddenly it has become the big deal, and big companies boycotting a state because they have passed a law saying people should not be discriminated against because they believe in God.
What? No, the law is not about people being discriminated against because they believe in God. The law is about giving people who believe in God the right to discriminate against others. You know, so I don't know.
Well, that's discrimination, though. To take away their right to discriminate is discrimination. It's discriminatory.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I see how it is now.
Yeah.
Robertson no like homosexual.
Yeah.
Robertson tolerate homosexual, but want law that say Robertson can not hire homosexual.
Yeah. It's more like 700 club viewers no like homosexual. Robertson no like either. Robertson really no like.
Yeah, nice. You gotta love, I mean, like, it's amazing just how much in America you're just pandered to. Even if you're fucking, like, crazy, you're stupid. Someone out there will be like, yep, you right, buddy. Send me that money to fucking support how right you are.
If you're some old dried up, you know, ex-golf pro sitting in his house bitter about how the world has changed since the golden 1950s, there is some dried up old chimp sitting on TV somewhere willing to sell you your opinion, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just tell you exactly how you feel.
Look at him. Jesus. Look at his fucking ears.
I mean, what kind of a boycott is that? It's ridiculous. And I commend Franklin for standing up, and I think others should do the same thing and say, we're going to stand with Georgia on this one. This alleged offense is just absurd.
Well, Georgia's governor vetoed the bill, so he didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose out on all that revenue.
Here's one of TJ's favorites, Tucker Carlson.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyone who points out white privilege by definition is a racist.
Okay.
I gotta be honest with you, with Tucker Carlson, I'm surprised this dude, like, survived when Jon Stewart just destroyed him on his news program. Like, I'm shocked that he still has a job in news after that.
Yeah, I mean, that was just brutal.
Yeah, I remember seeing
I mean, I thought
he's on a different network now.
It did destroy that show. Like, Crossfire was canceled, like, very shortly thereafter. Like, because, you know, basically Jon Stewart made it look like a fucking joke.
I think they brought it back for a little while, though.
Yeah, with some other people.
Right.
They didn't bring Tucker Carlson back.
No.
But yeah, it is surprising that Tucker Carlson is even allowed to spew his bullshit anywhere.
Yeah, here he is, and I believe he's lost the bow tie.
Yeah, he has.
Well, anyone who alleges the white privilege is by definition
and look who he's
racist.
talking
I mean,
to.
I think we can say that, and we should say that. I mean, that's not a legitimate form of conversation. That's tarring an entire group based on the way they look.
Well, this is sad. He's dropped down to Alex Jones level.
Yeah.
You went
He's on
from
a shitty webcam in a bad hotel where he heard some Illuminati shit was going down.
Tucker Carlson. Wow. Jon Stewart did this to you, Tucker. I just want you to know that. As you look at that fucking shitty, ill-conceived, I don't even know if it's a photograph or a painting behind you, in your crappy hotel room, probably somewhere in fucking, like, I don't know, bumfuck Texas or some shit. I want you to know that Jon Stewart is the reason you're here. He's the reason you're not at your fucking New York penthouse anymore.
Remember all those bow ties you threw away, Tucker? That was Jon Stewart, too.
Somehow I ended up watching him talking about his decision to get rid of his bow tie. It's like, I think my bow tie made a lot of people hate me. It's like, no, that was your personality that did that.
Yeah. No shit.
Racism, and I think people should just stand up and say that because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
As for Hillary promising Obama...
Okay, so let's dissect that, I guess. The idea that anyone who points out white privilege is by definition a racist. Now, I don't believe in this white privilege narrative that gets tossed around, but I certainly don't think that people who do are just automatically racists. You know, and not any more than anybody else. I mean, like, it's basically just the case that if you talk about race in America, someone somewhere is going to call you racist for what you've said. I mean, the standard is really that low. That's why most people don't even want to talk about it. Most people are just like, oh, let's just bypass the race discussion at all
Right, if
costs.
you even graze the topic.
Right,
you know?
you got someone somewhere is going to be like shitting down your fucking throat, like, oh, you're a racist. How dare you say that Asian people have slanty eyes? It's like, they do have slanty eyes. What are you fucking talking about? They'd be like saying, how dare you say white people have pale skin? It's like, that's our defining characteristic. That's what makes us fucking white. I mean, you know.
There are different
silly.
shades of white people, too.
Right. There's white people that are pretty damn dark. I've seen.
Like Italians?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen white Italians that are darker than, like, the lighter skinned black people. You know? So, I mean, it's kind of like this weird gradient and shit. But you're not allowed to even, like, if you even graze the subject matter, someone from some group, be it left-wing or right-wing, is going to say you're racist in some way or another. You're just not, if you don't want to be called a racist, you're not even allowed to talk about race, basically.
If you graze the subject with any nuance at all, like any acknowledgement of gray area at all, both sides will call you racist. That's the hilarious thing. Like,
yeah, it's like so many subject matters now.
Trying to be like.
Did we lose him? I mean, if you
sorry.
If you're like a racist, you know, like it's like so many different subject matters. Like if you if you're on, because this weird split in the left, you know, it's like you got the people that are now called the regressive left by the people in the like weird sort of like classic left or whatever you could call it, who a lot of them are now becoming like alt-right and all this shit, and there's all these weird like splinter distinctions that are coming about, and now everyone's always trying to figure out which group you belong in, you know. And so if you even say like, man, black people really do have it unfair in some aspects in America, it's like, oh my God, you're the fucking white guiltest regressive I've ever seen in my life. Black people have it. I mean, there's certain things like black people significantly less wealthy by and large than white people on average. You know, I think the average white household has something like $110,000 in like value and assets and all that shit, and the average black household has something like $8,000, $9,000. So, I mean, there are obvious disparities going on. Disproportionate number of black people in prison, you could say that they disproportionately commit some crimes, but then there's other crimes that they clearly don't disproportionately commit, and they're still disproportionately arrested.
Like drug-related crimes?
Right. So, I mean, yeah, there's certain inequalities in the system, but, you know, I think that if you point any of that out, you get called regressive, but then if you don't buy into this idea that every fucking tiny slight against black people needs to be censored and we're not allowed to have any sort of grievance with black culture or anything like that, that does really become what people are calling the regressive left, what I prefer to call the deferist left. It's just, you know, I don't know. It's just like you're always fucking walking a tightrope between these ideological distinctions, and it's just like, I don't want to be associated with any of these fucking labels or groups. I just want to be an independent free thinker. What's wrong with that? But they won't allow it, at least not within their narrative.
Care to people here illegally. On so many levels, this is shocking, and it should be on the front page of the New York Times. It's not today because they have Donald Trump to hate. But this is one of the big lies of Obamacare, and I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like you're a garden variety right-winger, but it's just true. So when they rolled this out, they claimed what? You could keep your cover.
He doesn't want to sound like a garden variety right-winger.
That's what you are, though.
I know.
I mean, yeah. What the fuck else are you going to sound like?
Oh, isn't that Tucker Carlton's, like, fuck Tucker Carlton? Tucker Carlson's fucking shtick.
Wait, Carlton.
Race Carlton.
Yeah. Hair color, Carlton.
That's they claimed it would reduce costs, and they said, above all, we're not going to give these benefits, $5,000 per year per person, to people here illegally. They're not eligible.
Incredible.
Remember that? And remember Joe Wilson during the President's State of the Union?
Incredible. 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 Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tucker, you're on a show with a guy who last week did a piece on how Obama has a presence of evil surrounding him. Congratulations. You've reached the bottom of your career.
Because flies landed on him.
A fly landed on Obama one time. As we know, flies are attracted to evil. I don't even... Where's that... What stereotype even is that? If a fly... I want to see a video of a fly landing on Alex Jones now.
Well, like, it isn't... In, like, horror movies, it's a common horror movie trope in the presence of the devil, like, flies become a thing. Like, they did it in the Amityville horror.
Sure, but one fly landing on Obama, that's, you know, it doesn't exactly evoke the same horrific... It's like, yeah, in The Shining, there was an elevator full of blood, you know, it's just not the same thing if someone, like, cuts their hand open. Oh, shit, it's like The Shining, you know, I mean...
Wilson, you criticize the president. You're obviously a racist. You're from South Carolina. Of course you're a racist. It turns out Joe Wilson was right. They did lie. Now they've pulled off the mask, and they're admitting that they want to give these federal benefits.
That's right. It was a huge controversy. There are no death panels. There's no rationing of care. You can keep your doctor. We're not going to give illegals health care. But there it was in the bill, and they just counted on the public. I mean, I remember MSNBC and CNN both said I was racist. Alex Jones is racist, deeply racist on MSNBC. He doesn't like Obamacare because Obama's black. No, my dad was in the medical care industry managing hundreds of clinics. He was getting ready to retire. He'd read the bill. He was a lobbyist at the state level, and he was advising businesses to exit, you know, the country. He retired. I was an expert. I knew it was a scam, and they just called me a racist because I warned the American people it was a screw job.
I mean, like, Obamacare has not had like any sort of like super dire, grave repercussions thus far. I mean, maybe it will down the line, and I know that some people's premiums have gone up from it and shit, but we've not seen this predicted disaster. I mean, I love how even when the disaster doesn't happen, you guys still try to sell us on the fact that it is happening.
Not to mention that was the most rambling, incoherent explanation for why I'm not a like he can't just say I'm not a racist because I never said anything racist. He's like, my dad was in the health insurance industry, and that makes me an expert, so I knew about it, and I talked about it, and I showed it was a screw job. Like, that's his... What?
Man. Good old fucking Alex Jones. I love that we get Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson together in the same video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame that the president, who was elected 8 years ago on this idea he was going to unify the country, that he was a physical atonement for America's past sins, and we're going to move past all that and become a post-racial country. Which, by the way, I welcomed. I didn't vote for the guy because I disagree with him, but that part of it I really liked. I mean, that was a great promise. I hope.
Me too.
Instead, he has been the most explicitly and intentionally racially divisive president we've ever had by a factor of I don't know how much.
Really? I don't understand that. I hear that all the time.
I mean, just to there was something that resurfaced just last week that was a top Nixon advisor explaining that the whole reason for the war on drugs was just so they could put hippies and black people in jail. Because, they just figured well, we can't, they're not really committing any crimes, but they're doing these drugs that are currently legal or that currently don't, have any sort of stiff repercussions. So if we just up that shit, we just up the repercussions and fucking pass all these draconian sentencing guidelines and shit, we can just fucking imprison anybody we don't like at will, practically. And that was the whole thought process behind the war on drugs. So I would say that makes Nixon about 1,000 billion times more racially inflammatory than Obama as a fucking president. I mean, there's been tons of presidents who there's presidents who own fucking slaves, for fuck's sake. I mean, come on. You're going to say Obama is the worst president for race relations. What has he really done? The only thing he's done, as far as I'm concerned, is be black. Other than that, it's been pretty fucking status quo.
Well, that's the whole point. Is the only thing racially divisive about Barack Obama is something he has no control over. Yes, he is a racially divisive president, but that's because a bunch of old fucking white people don't like to see an uppity black man in power. And so, and a lot of black people like to see a black man in power.
Just go ahead and do the AIU impression right now because, it's coming.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
Call yourself aggressive, Paul.
God, Paul, you fucking micro-dick motherfucker. I mean, honestly, it's so easy. It's so easy. Paul's ego. It's so easy. You're so fucking regressive.
You are so regressive, Paul. I haven't heard this kind of a regression since the great regressive fucking scourge of 1831.
The Great Regression.
The Great Regression, that's right.
Would AIU take the position that Obama is racially divisive beyond just the color of his skin?
I have no idea. I know that he is a mainstream Democrat who supports Hillary Clinton, so who knows?
Next one, Glenn Beck says Ted Cruz has been preparing to be president his entire life.
Finally.
This guy is driven, and I know that, the first time I met his son, or his father, I said to him, he's going to get into the Senate, and he's going to be exactly what he says he's going to be. This is before he went into the Senate.
Glenn Beck's always touting these predictions.
Yeah, he really does like this idea of himself as this great fortune teller that always knows what's on the horizon. That really is his major selling point. He's always trying to fucking sell that shit. And almost every clip we see him in, he's like, and I predicted this.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to happen.
Yep. 9/11.
He predicted it. Why didn't you stop it then, Glenn?
Yeah.
Why the fuck didn't you stop it?
Oh, well, he'll claim he was talking about it on the radio. So the information was out there.
He tried.
And he said, oh, yes, I will kick his ass. I've told that story a million times. What I haven't said is at that point, we talked about him being president. And I said, if he goes into the Senate and he does the right thing, he could be the president.
So basically, the reason that Glenn Beck is so pro Cruz is because, like, he thinks he's got like this big in with Cruz, I guess. Like, you know, wow, me and Ted go way back. If Ted's president, maybe I'll be fucking Secretary of the Interior or something. I mean, what the fuck?
I don't know. I really think that Glenn Beck here is trying to pump the brakes on his audience, because a lot of people, I think, that used to watch Glenn Beck or still watch Glenn Beck are going to support fucking Trump. And so I think he's trying to pump the brakes, but the way he's doing it is by, like, deifying Cruz. He's like, when I'm in this man's presence, it's like the aura of evil, but reversed. He's like, you know, Ted Cruz walks into the room and just flowers start to bloom and baby deer skip by and, like, butterflies land on everything. You know what I mean? Like, he's like the second coming of Christ, anointed personally.
Yeah, you bring him to, like, the center of a barren wasteland, and before you know it, it's a lush paradise. For that is the power of Ted Cruz.
Said to me, I know.
You know.
Ted has known that he could be the president from the beginning.
Oh, I think his whole life.
I think so, too.
Preparing for this.
I believe so. You are not as driven as he is. You are not as smart as he is. And then go in for your last 4 years before you're going to run for president. You don't get to 2012 and be thinking, I'm going to run for president, and think you can get away with that.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to take a small break, and we will be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Do-do-do. You know, Ben, we talk about a lot of things here on this show, but I think it's time we discuss the most important issue of all time, shaving.
I don't know if we're ready to take on such a weighty issue, TJ.
What are you talking about, Ben? Haven't you been shaving recently with blades from Harry's?
Yes, I have. I used to hate shaving because the blades always used to nick my skin and pull. It was terrible. I would always wind up with razor burn on my skin. Harry's blades are German-engineered 5-blade cartridges for a close, comfortable shave with no cuts or burns.
And the prices are great, too. Why pay $32 for an 8-pack of blades when you can get them for half the price at Harry's.com? The Harry's starter set is an amazing deal. For just $15, you get a razor, moisturizing shave cream, and 3 razor blades.
Harry's doesn't like to discount because their prices are already really low. But we've worked out a special offer for you guys, our listeners. Harry's will give you $5 off your first order with promo code PEASANTS. Stop overpaying for a great shave. Go to Harry's.com right now. That's HARRYS.com. Enter code PEASANTS at checkout.
See, Ben, I told you we were qualified to talk about shaving.
I guess you were right, TJ.
Speaking of shaving, Paul's ego.
Yeah.
He's going to have to shave his beard pretty damn soon now.
You're still talking about that, huh?
Yeah.
How was the pizza that night, by the way? It
was delicious. Hey, Paul,
are you still losing weight, TJ, or have you gained weight? Be honest.
I haven't checked since the last weigh-in.
Oh, ignorance is bliss, isn't it, TJ?
I don't know. Maybe ignorance is bliss. I don't know.
Well, of course it is.
We'll have to see what happens.
You're eating pizza, you're like, yep, still doing good.
Still all right. But you know what? You know what? I got my exercise bike coming. That's going to be my saving grace.
Oh, dude. You see, what you're doing is you're using that as a milestone to slack off until that happens. You're like, yeah, why even bother till my exercise bike comes?
I've still been keeping track of my calories and shit.
How many calories did you ingest when you ate the pizza?
Oh, I didn't count that day.
Okay.
I took a little day off for that one.
Oh, sure.
But, you know, I was thinking this contest is inherently unfair. You know?
Oh, here we go. I knew this shit was gonna fucking happen,
I was
dude.
just saying,
this
you know,
shit,
'cause
this shit was lined out.
Maybe it should be based on body fat percentage laws.
Listen,
you know
TJ,
what?
TJ.
If you go back to when we agreed to do this, I said, "Do you want to do it as a percentage?" And you're like, "Nah, just eat 30 pounds." So
yeah, but
you fucked yourself.
I've reconsidered.
I don't care. I don't care.
Well,
it's already started, bitch.
But you know what?
Already started.
I have. I'm gonna make it interesting though. I will raise the stakes as well.
No.
Well, let's hear me out.
I'm not changing a goddamn thing.
Now,
You're
hold
gonna
on.
shave that
Listen,
fucking
hold on.
beard, TJ.
Yeah,
because I'm
stop
losing
stuffing your
30
face with
pounds.
pizza, you
No,
retard.
hold
You're
on.
in a weight loss contest.
Shut up,
You're
listen.
eating pizza.
Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
If I win, or whoever wins, the loser not only has to shave their beard, but they have to have it shaved at a Drunken Peasants meetup with people fucking gathered around, pointing and laughing at them while they're shaved by their opponent.
No.
No. I'd be willing to add that as an addendum to our current fucking bet. But our current fucking bet stands. You don't just change.
Okay,
Look,
so that's
TJ,
fine. No, it's fine. I mean, you know, I just thought you might want to make the contest more fair, but apparently you don't think you can win a fair contest. That's fine.
No,
option.
Dude,
No, I'm just saying.
you had the fucking option. The great thing about this, TJ, is that the whole thing has been lined out on the fucking air.
Yeah.
Nothing
Well,
happened
I just thought
behind
you guys,
the scenes
I
about
thought you
this.
guys might want to
Everything
make
was
this a
said
more
on the air.
precise contest, you know?
It was your idea to go
I
with
thought
the
you did
pound
too,
loss,
TJ, but
and-
obviously you didn't. So now
And you-
that is passed.
Well, I think
you
that's what the people want, man.
No.
You said
I think they do.
specifically, TJ, you said specifically, you know what, it's not even going to matter because Paul's ego is going to fuck up anyway, so I'll lose 30 pounds way before
Right.
that fat fuck had. Fuck you. The bet goes on and you're shaving your face.
You just don't want to make it a more
Baby
fair
smooth,
contest.
baby.
That's fine. Say whatever you want. You just don't think you can lose as much a body fat percentage as I can.
No. TJ, you're fucking losing because you haven't.
I'm just saying, you know, he doesn't want a fair contest.
Pizza.
He wants to
Eating
cheat.
fucking pizza and Oreos and
TJ
shit, dude.
logic. No, you can't argue with TJ logic. He knows he's losing. He wants to stuff his face with food because TJ gets bored and he loves to stuff his face with food when he's bored. And he doesn't want to eat carrot sticks and steamed broccoli. He wants to eat shit like that has bread and cheese in it. And he wants to pour a fucking mammoth bowl of cereal and like drink cereal. I mean, he wants to do that shit.
Yeah.
So he knows he's losing, so now he's trying to change the agreement. He had the option. No, it's not going to happen.
Oh, you know,
moving
guys,
on.
You guys
moving on. I'm done.
You guys
hearing,
are cheaters. That's all I'm saying.
I'm done hearing your retarded
Hashtag
bullshit.
Ben Cheater. Hashtag Paul.
How am
Cheater.
I a cheater? I'm not even part of this. Fuck you, dude. I would have already beaten you. I've already lost more than 30 pounds.
Hashtag
so fuck you.
Hashtag DP fucks TJ.
Yeah. No, dude. No, dude. Here's the thing. If you had brought this up at the beginning of this fucking competition, and been like, let's do it by a percentage.
Hashtag contest unfair.
Okay. All right, TJ. You're shaving that fucking beard, baby.
Yeah, you suck.
All right, I guess I'll have to beat you within the rules of the original contest. I thought you'd agree to a more reasonable arrangement, but apparently...
Listen to him. Listen to him try to wheel
you're not
and
amenable
deal.
to reason.
Listen to him try... Man, he's a scammer. Brett Keane was right. He's trying to scam us. Hear
You
this
know?
shit?
I just thought you guys might be interested in raising the stakes a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought you might be interested in resetting the contest 1 week after I'm fucking showing I'm going down the tubes, man. I'm bargaining from a real position of strength, being like 8 pounds behind Paul at this point.
Yeah.
I ain't no 8
Who
pounds
fucking
behind
knows?
you. Fuck you.
Go weigh yourself. Let's
It
see,
was
bitch.
4 pounds behind him last time.
Let's see.
Go weigh myself. I don't feel like getting undressed and all that shit. We'll do the weigh-in on Friday.
Too much exercise for you, right? Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let's just go right into this shit.
You know what? I'm finally starting to get over it.
Yeah. Don't worry.
It's been a while since he like pulled one though. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
So there's
We'll
really,
see.
I know it's coming.
Here is a video. It's entitled "Amazing Atheist to Sue Tommy Sotomayor."
Cool.
All right, gang. There's been a development going on in YouTube for, let's say, a little over a year now.
Yeah. That development is called the
Amazing
720p
Atheists
webcam. You should look into it. This major development has gone on in YouTube where you no longer have to have a fucking letterboxed video. It's crazy. This dude looks like he's from 2006.
He is.
Yeah, he's from the past.
Well, actually, like the YouTube camera quality makes him look like he's from 2006. Everything else would suggest he's from like 1987.
Channel Drunken Peasants, where he's got usually it's this guy Scotty and some idiot in a luchador mask, and
me.
And some
lately, I guess.
Wow, you're not even a thing, Paul.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You're not even a fucking thing, dude.
Maybe I was some idiot.
No, he said some idiot in a luchador mask.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, okay.
You're not even a fucking thing, bitch.
That's okay. I'm
better
cool.
stay-
I'm cool with.
You
I'm
better
cool
stay
with not
fat,
being a thing.
you know, because
I'm cool with not being a thing to this fucking dork, dude. I'm okay with that. Like,
he fought for our freedom, dude.
It's been a while, but I haven't seen him recently, or I don't really watch the videos that much, but so I can't really say too much as to how long the other guy's on there. But sometimes there's a guy with a really thick beard on there.
Oh, never mind, you are a thing.
And usually I watch it for a few minutes just for like entertainment purposes while I'm eating or something like that. It's usually not really any type of informational shit, which is pretty much anything the Amazing Atheist puts out.
Yeah.
Anything informational that he puts out, it's usually he's gotten the information from somebody else and he's just put.
Wait, I got the information from somebody else. Yeah, like, as do 99.999% of the people who present any information. Yeah, I mean, like, in many cases, the people who gathered the information are long dead. You know, that's kind of how discovery works. Like, it only takes one person to discover some knowledge. The way it propagates is other people running with that and, you know, distributing the information to one another. So, yeah.
Putting it on his channel and sensationalizing it.
Sensationalizing
which is pretty
it.
much what he does, and that's yeah, that's fine. That's pretty much the YouTube
You're a
game.
sensationalist.
Give me an example. He won't.
Extremely popular over sensationalizing things.
His example is that you do it, TJ.
He does it, and my example is he does it. You can. I have observed
Circular
him doing
logic.
it. I wish he would just provide like some example. Like if I was gonna say this about somebody, I would offer up, like, here's an example of a time that they have done this. Unless I was talking about something that, like, literally everyone knew, like, you know, Steve Shives blocks everybody. You know, I don't really need to fucking give an example. All you gotta do is go to fucking Steve Shives' Twitter and you're probably fucking blocked.
Now, the other party concerned is Tommy Sotomayor, and he is actually a very well-spoken, well-educated man.
Why do you feel the need to say that?
Huh. That's interesting.
Seriously.
He's a,
like,
I mean, also, why do you feel the need to lie about it is the bigger question. I mean,
yeah. He's neither of those things. Let's be honest.
Well, you know what I meant for one of his people.
For one of them.
Very successful man. And if you watch any of his videos, which I'll put the links to all the channels I'm talking about. Well, 2 of his. He's got a bunch of channels, but I'll put 2 of his down below. And but if you watch any of his videos, he you know, he comes off as, you know, understanding what he's talking about and not trying to sensationalize. He's not yelling. He's not screaming. He's not bouncing
you like to use
around.
that word
like
sensationalize a lot. Hold on. I mean, he didn't sensationalize, but I mean, like, I can, since you're using that word, I can think of examples of him sensationalizing.
Yeah, like, how about black people had a choice when it came to slavery? That seems kind of sensationalized a little bit.
Well, I mean, like, what about when, you know, he took your joke about a watermelon and was like, oh, there's a stereotype that black people like watermelon, so you're racist for saying that.
Yeah. I didn't even say, it was a stereotype that black people like to eat watermelon. I said he was going to fuck a watermelon, so.
Right, because that's
There's
the
no
thing.
stereotype
That's
about
a thing that, like, weird people do, you know, they put a watermelon in the microwave and fuck it, right?
Yep.
What about
Usually it's like a cantaloupe or something, though.
What about the time you got a couple of fucking anonymous death threats like every internet personality ever gets, and put on a fucking bulletproof vest and sat in front of his collection of guns? Yeah, he doesn't sensationalize things, though. He just tells it like it is.
I can't go to Chicago because people want to kill me there.
Yeah. I can't even walk to my mailbox without wearing my bulletproof vest, my Kevlar vest. Get out.
Amazing Atheist, it looks like he has to pee through half of his videos. It's ridiculous.
Is he talking about because you rock back and forth? Yeah.
There's a huge difference in, you know, the way they actually present information.
Yeah. Sure.
And well, what happened a year ago was Tommy, he made a video about transgender people. While I didn't agree with everything he said in it, he made some interesting points.
Okay. We watched the same video.
It was fucking ridiculous. He kept saying the he, she, him, her bullshit. I mean, like...
Yeah, pick one at least.
Well, I mean, like, don't pretend like that's easier for you to say, too. I mean, like, you're saying an extra word. Just pick one. I mean, like, it's disrespectful to call the person the gender they don't identify with, but I mean, it's disrespectful to say he, she, him, her too. So just pick one. If you want to be an asshole, just say the opposite of what they want to be.
Right. It's like this weird, like, I'm trying to compromise.
Right.
Thing.
What?
You know, it's like, stop. Just be 100% asshole or go the other way. You know, I mean, that's fine with me. You know, I mean, whatever. But his video was ridiculous, though. I mean, everything he said in that video was completely fucking laughable. I don't think we sat there and watched the whole damn thing, but it was a pretty preposterous fucking video.
And Drunken Peasants, like the whole Drunken Peasants crew, they got a hold of of this video and they started mocking him in their usual fashion. They don't really present too much information so much as they do mock people.
Information. Let's present information. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a set of encyclopedias, and we're just going to, like, read, you know, just a few articles.
Hold on, guys. I got us covered here.
You going to go to Wikipedia? Let's read a Wikipedia article.
Yeah, I'm just going to get a random Wikipedia article. It's the learning shit segment of DP.
We're going to present information because this guy thinks
it's time for some information.
Yep.
Time to learn something.
Yep.
So if I can
You ready, Paul?
This long ass URL. There we
I was
go.
born ready. I was born ready to learn. Please, TJ, educate us.
Wikipedia. All right, I'm going. Hold on.
What are we gonna learn about today?
I don't know. I'm gonna fucking randomly select something. All right, I guess I gotta go to a fucking article before I can figure out how to do that. So hold on. Blah. There we go. So today, man, how do I fucking randomly do this? Ah, there we go. Random. Okay, we're learning today about Barkhouse. Barkhouse is a surname. Notable people with the surname include Jim Barkhouse, who was born in 1940. He was a Canadian politician. Joyce Barkhouse, 1913 to 2012. They were a Canadian writer. Ron Barkhouse, born in 1926, was a Canadian merchant and politician.
I'll read some of it too if you like.
That's pretty much it.
Oh.
Barkhouse Settlement, Nova Scotia, community in the Halifax region municipality.
So a
Nova
lot of them are
Scotia, Canada.
Canadians.
Pretty much they're all Canadians.
Interesting.
So yeah. Today we learned about Barkhouse.
The surname Barkhouse and which prominent people hold that name. So there's your information. All right,
I
back
remember
to your video.
Joyce Barkhouse and I remember Ron Barkhouse, but I can't remember what the other one was. So.
But the way they were
But they
going
were all
about it,
Canadian.
I'm not the type of person to just jump to say, oh, that's racist, which it seemed racist, but they claimed it was not their intent. But you take a person like Tommy Sotomayor and you realize how, he's,
right.
like I said.
I'm going to do the mockery thing again. I'm just looking at you, and I'm looking at the hat you're wearing, and I'm looking at your facial hair, and I'm looking at your shirt, and I'm looking at the kind of house you live in, and I'm just going to go on a limb and say you've probably said some really racist shit in your life. I obviously can't prove it. I don't have hidden cameras filming you 24/7, but I guarantee you there's been some fucking tirades that if they were on YouTube, you would be embarrassed. Probably a lot more hardcore than me making a watermelon fucking joke.
He's a well-spoken person, well-educated person.
Yeah.
And the way they were...
You said that before.
He's so articulate.
They were using this voice to mock
Guys,
him.
let's just fucking...
oh, no. He's gonna bitch about the accent that we used.
But let's just take a moment here to just fucking sit here in awe of the fact that a black person can actually talk.
Yeah, and he's well educated.
He's well educated. He's articulate. Tommy Sotomayor, man, he's almost as good as a white person. That's what I'm hearing here, man. It's a pretty solid dude. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, he's going to call us racist for making a fucking watermelon jab when he's going to sit there and be like, Tommy Sotomayor, he's so smart. He's so articulate. He's well educated. He's successful. Like, you have to fucking, yeah.
Not like these other moon crickets, porch monkeys all over town. No, Tommy's a real respectable black guy. Dresses nice and everything.
And go figure that the black guy he likes is the black guy that spends most of his time shit talking other black people. Right.
Like you'd
They're
hear,
trustworthy.
It's like you say like a gang member would talk, like that someone like Ebonics, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, he don't talk like a gang member. Now he's fucking pointing out Tommy doesn't talk like a gang member.
He said the accent that we used.
Oh, the accent we used was gang member.
Yeah, we were using that to impersonate him. And sure, whatever. He doesn't really sound like that.
Well, like, in all fairness, we really didn't have much of an idea what he sounded like when we fucking had never encountered his videos before. And the way it started, it kind of did seem like he was having a lot of difficulty talking. Like, it was one of his slowest videos to get off the ground.
He was reading some kind of article.
And he was just, like, really stumbling over everything. So we kind of assume right away that he's really inarticulate. Which he is pretty inarticulate, but not as inarticulate as that would made it to appear.
He doesn't speak that way. Like I said, he's very well spoken.
Yeah. And, number 3, the third time you mentioned that.
Jit going ham up in the dollar store.
So
Jit going ham. Who
as
jitted this? Someone need to whip this jit's
It
ass.
kind of was. Whether it was intentional or not, it came out. And they also, there's a whole thing where TJ was going on this rant. And TJ's the amazing alias for those who don't know.
The amazing alias?
He was going on this rant and somehow ended up on, well, yeah, they were talking about he was, like, he can't get laid. They were trying to say that Tommy Sotomayor can't get laid.
Right.
and he was mocking him, saying, "Oh, I can't get laid. I have to get a watermelon, put a hole in a watermelon and fuck it." And I don't see how you cannot see that as racist.
I don't see how you cannot see sitting here describing a black person as articulate and well-spoken and well-educated like 3 times in fucking 4 minutes of video. Like, I don't see how you don't see that's racist and patronizing and shit. You know, I mean, you would never fucking talk about a white person like that. You would never be like, they're so articulate.
Yeah, you know, like...
They're so well-spoken. Like, constantly just, oh, so articulate. Like, maybe you compliment someone, you're a pretty articulate person. You know, but you don't fucking continuously, oh my God, the articulation, holy shit.
If they're, like, exceptionally articulate, you know.
I mean, I've never even sat there with, like, Christopher Hitchens or someone like that and been like, man, articulate as fuck. It's obvious that he is, but you just don't, your mind doesn't go there. It's just a strange compliment to pay even once, but once
he was also
okay.
well-educated.
Yeah, Christopher Hitchens, he was a well-educated guy and so articulate.
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
I've never heard anyone say that. It's fucking patently obvious.
All the time.
He talked more gooder than most of them, you know.
That comes out as racist. And as I said, I'm not the type of person who would jump to that conclusion.
Yes, you are.
But there's really not too much of any other way you could go with that. Whether it was intentional or not.
There's not too much of another way you can go with that? It was a joke about how he couldn't get laid, so he fucked a watermelon. Well, I don't understand. There's nothing racist about the fucking joke. Just because black people and watermelon are tangentially associated in popular culture because there was a stereotype that black people like watermelon, which, by the way, they do. Black people fucking love watermelon. Who gives a shit? What does it matter? I love watermelon. I'll eat some fried chicken, too. I don't give a fuck. I'm serious. What's wrong with liking those fucking foods? How is that even a negative thing? Like, oh, them black people always eating their watermelons, supporting farmers across America by buying a healthy, nutritious food. Who gives a shit?
It happened. And rather than apologizing, he continued mocking him. Like when Tommy Sotomayor.
I'm sorry. Why would I apologize to Tommy Sotomayor?
And
how about Tommy Sotomayor apologizes to me for taking down my fucking channel?
Yeah.
For fucking going on 10 business days now, more like 14 actual fucking days. And I find out today that it could take as many as 14 business days to get this shit done. So it could be Thursday by the time this shit's actually resolved. It could be fucking Friday before the time this shit's actually fucking resolved.
Yeah, and
all because we used his clips, and he couldn't just content ID strike us. He couldn't just be like, "Oh, you're hit with a content ID thing," and then we could challenge it, and YouTube could decide, is this fair use? Is this not fair use? He would have had what he wanted. If he won, the video would have gone down. So who gives a shit? But instead, he has to DMCA us and fuck our entire channel. So I gotta fucking post Drunken Peasants videos on the Amazing Atheist channel, and hear people like, I didn't fucking subscribe for this shit. Well, I'm sorry. What the fuck do you want me to do? Blame Tommy fucking Sotomayor.
I don't understand why people have this feeling about how no videos that they don't want to see should show up in their fucking subscription feed.
Oh my god.
This like sacred fucking subscription feed.
You spam my feed.
Yep.
I'm not 100% interested in this content. What the fuck is going on? It's like they lose their fucking minds, dude. It's because of all these fucking autistic fuckers out there on the internet.
Yeah, it has to be.
The internet is just making everyone autistic, even though people who weren't before.
It's clearly fucking labeled. If you don't want to watch Drunken Peasants, then just fucking skip it.
Dude, I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels. I barely ever, there's channels I've subscribed to like fucking 5 years ago. I haven't watched them in the entire 5 years. I've never been like, oh my god.
Spam
in my feed.
Do they feel like they have to watch it because it's there and they're like...
Some people do. Some people, they want every video in their feed to have that watched sticker over it. Like...
Just click on it once and then close it.
Or here's a better idea. How about you just don't give a shit about that because it's weird?
Yeah, that's some OCD shit.
YouTube, I guarantee, will find you some other shit to fucking put there.
Your YouTube feed is the weirdest obsessive fucking thing that you could possibly do with your time. Just stop caring.
I seriously, like, if people don't want to watch Drunken Peasants, don't fucking watch. I don't want you to watch if you don't want to watch. Just skip the fucking video. Go on to the next one.
No, it's impossible. They can't do it. It's asking too much. But, you know, I don't even want I don't want Drunken Peasants on my fucking channel any more than anyone else does. But, I mean, what the fuck choice do we have? We gotta fucking keep the show going.
Yeah.
So, fuck you, Tommy. Anyway, that's enough of this.
Rather than apologizing
to something else
in a video
All
talking
right.
about him again,
Guess not.
No.
he continued mocking him
Yeah.
in typical TJ fashion.
Yeah. Then what I do?
It's escalated to the
Right.
point now. Well, I should actually point out that a lot of TJ's fans were going on to Tommy Sotomayor's pages on where his videos are, like to his actual videos, and they were clicking thumbs down before they even watched it.
That happens to everybody.
Happens every fucking time somebody uploads a video. Please don't subject us to more of this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
You love him. You love him.
He's absurdly fucking bad.
I wanted to get to the part of the lawsuit shit.
Well, everyone already knows. I mean, it's just bullshit. You can skip ahead if you want. Let's see if he's talking. I'm sure that by the time this video is almost over, maybe he's mentioned it.
It is a false claim because, yes, while he did put his videos on there, he only put it in portions, and it was just as a response video kind of thing, or a reaction video kind of thing. And those are actually, they don't qualify for that. You can do that, apparently. And I'm pretty sure Tommy Sotomayor knew this, but he chose to go and do it anyway. And
okay, there you go. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so
yeah, why not start with that instead of like giving this long explanation that makes it seem like we're these racists and it's all our fault? Why don't you skip to the part where you're like, you know, Tommy probably did file this falsely because, you know, it's bullshit. Thank you.
Right. So, I mean, he may be well-educated and well-spoken, but he's an asshole, and he fucked us over. So we don't really care if you like him better than us. At least you can acknowledge that
we don't do that shit.
Right. We have never done that shit. Like I mean, we've had so many people use clips from our videos before.
We've had people upload our videos just, here you go, whole damn fucking thing, just giant segments or whatever. There's someone who fucking uploaded like a bunch of story time with Pauls. Like, here's a bunch of story time with Pauls from the Drunken Peasants podcast. You know, we might not like it, but we didn't even fucking do anything about it. Even if we did, really took issue, we'd file a content ID strike, not a fucking DMC fucking A. Like, why do I want to fuck another YouTube creator? Why do I, like, shouldn't there be some unity between us? You know, especially since Tommy claims that the system's been used against him on multiple occasions.
Only black people have done that to him.
Uh-huh. And apparently he does it to others. You know, and we've gotten so many messages from other people like, yeah, Tommy did the same shit to me. That's just how he fucking rolls. Like, well, fuck Tommy then.
Right.
Fuck him in the ass.
I mean,
fuck
like,
him in the mouth.
so many
fuck
people
him in the
tell
east,
us.
Fuck him in the south.
So many people tell us that, you know, eventually someone has to make an example of someone who does these sort of things.
I mean, shit, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We gotta fucking get the current situation resolved before we can even figure out what the next step, if any, is.
Yes. All right, moving on. This should be interesting.
Hello everyone, so I'm doing another video on atheists because the last video got a very weird reaction. A lot of people didn't believe me, and like they were saying, is this genuine or is this a Poe?
I want to pop that zit on his fucking face.
I wonder if this is.
Man, I was trying to fucking ignore it so that I could pay attention to the things that he was saying, but now the rest of this video is just going to be me watching that zit.
Me too, dude. I can't.
All right,
it's mesmerizing.
all right, we'll skip it.
What?
Okay, if you
I want to hear what he has to say, but I just
Yeah.
want to make fun of his zit. Like, I want to get the zit thing out in the open, because, you know, the entire video, I am going to be watching that. I am going to be fantasizing in my mind about just going, yeah, there we go. It's all better now.
He needs to go get the whole zit thing out in the open. Like, why would you sit down in front of a camera with a gigantic blaring whitehead on your face? Is that like...
I mean, you know, the kid don't have no choice, whatever. He's got acne. I'm not going to hold it against him, but still, I notice it, and it's like jumping out of me.
No, you do have a choice. When you have a giant fucking whitehead on... It's not like he's covered in acne. He's got a big whitehead on his face. Like, you do have a choice.
Yeah, you're right. He could at least pop it or, like, you know, put some fucking shit over it or something. You know, even just wear a fucking mask over your face. I don't know. But goddamn.
What the fuck is a Poe? I'm not Edgar Allan Poe.
Troll or not a troll.
Yeah, this should have ended up in the troll or not a troll bin.
This is a troll.
All right? That guy's been dead for a long time. I'm not him. Also, he was probably an atheist, so don't even compare me to him. Anyway,
All right, this guy sucks.
Troll.
Yeah, I thought when he was like, people think I'm a Poe. I'm like, oh, it is. Let's skip it.
What's a Poe?
And then you guys are like, the zit. You guys were mesmerized by it. Mole.
A mole I could deal with. That zit, man. Because I know a mole is not poppable. But that zit on his face, that could definitely be popped.
A penis in the wild.
A penis in the wild.
Just gonna sit back and have a little story time. So, I saw a penis. And I've seen penises
Okay, I have some advice already. If you're going to write the title of your show on a board behind you, you should probably work to get that in focus. Cause yeah, I mean, really, like, or take it down. Like, if the background's gonna be blurry and the camera's focused on you, I understand that decision, but I don't understand that decision if you have your show's title written on a board behind you. I just don't get it. Why would you write it on a board behind you if it's fucking so blurry people have to squint to even be able to kind of read it? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Guys, just don't you worry. Let me just get this cord out of the way. So
Why wouldn't you do that before you started recording?
I have a question. Like, when you noticed the cord was in the way, did it not occur to you maybe edit that out? I mean, do you really think that... I mean, I guess I kind of understand this because, yeah, in the early days of my YouTube and shit, I used to think, man, when I include, like, all the technical shit, that's, like, charming to people or something. But no, it's not. It's just annoying and tedious. So I would really strongly recommend that you cut that kind of shit out of your videos because no one cares about the whimsical little cord that got in front of your fucking camera lens for a second.
If you were streaming live, that would be another story.
Sure. Streaming live is totally different fucking rule book, but this is obviously an edited, put-together video. So why keep the... Did you think the cord, the moment where the cord what do I want to say here? Entered the fucking frame. That was like a classic moment that definitely has to stay in.
it's just part of the video now.
Wow. She's literally she's too lazy to even solve the problem. She's like, I give up. I tried for 3 seconds. It's there. You know what you gonna do?
No. The great thing is that there was a jump cut there.
Yeah.
But not the entire thing. So she strategically decided to keep the cord dangling in the frame, mentioning it, trying to fix, but not trying to fix it. So she jump cuts out the attempt at the fix, but leaves the fucking cord there.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. This is stupid.
And I've seen penises before.
And it moved. She actually did she pull it more in the frame just now?
Where I've seen my share of penises.
Okay.
Just a 22-year-old sexual fiend.
All right.
I'm not.
Okay.
This was not a regular penis.
Okay.
Even though there's no such thing as a regular penis.
Okay.
They're all good. This was a penis in the wild.
Okay.
This is a wild penis.
A wild
penis. Like I'm walking to light rail and boom, there's a penis. You know.
Okay.
Surprise penis appeared.
What
happened?
happened?
Just a while ago, so you probably saw me talk. Might have seen me. Maybe saw me talk about it on social media.
Wow.
What's going on with her?
I don't
We've played her videos before, but she seems kind of off.
I feel like it's usually less meandering than this.
Yeah.
In the past has been, but maybe she's just really uncomfortable with the subject matter of penises. I don't know.
All I'm gonna say is show 222, dude.
222. What the fuck you gonna do?
Show 222. We just gotta push through. Yeah.
I love show 222. I love it. Love it with all my heart.
As I tend to do when
she's rhyming too.
I see a penis
Yeah.
in the wild. I had to document it. So I'm like walking to school, got my backpack on. I'm just really yearning to get.
Oh my god. Okay, dude. Dude, I can only sit through so much of a person, like, instead of just saying, like, okay, so I saw a dick. I saw a dick the other day, and here's where I saw it. She's literally, for the balance we've been watching this video, preparing us over and over for the information she's about to give. Or maybe not. Maybe she's gonna go on for another 15 minutes about it.
I sure hope so.
Education. I'm
Let's
crossing
see.
the street at
Yeah.
a crosswalk.
Right.
And as I'm
Obeying the law. No jaywalking. That's good.
crossing, this car comes barreling toward me, turns left in front of me the wrong way on a one-way street. So immediately I'm just like, that's a little illegal. And I cross the street and he turns around and turns right, continuing on the street that I'm going on. I'll put a map on the screen, but I won't because I don't have the budget or the graphic design ability. Just gotta use your imagination.
Is it really that hard to draw streets?
I mean, you could go to the Google Maps and take a screenshot of it.
Yeah. You could do that, even. So, that's really not past anyone's budget. Oh, by the way, I noticed the cord is now out of the frame. Glad that was resolved.
We're both moving parallel on the same street. And then he just really quickly pulls up, almost like pretty much on the sidewalk, right where I am.
If she's telling a story that happened to her, why does it look like she's reading? Like she's looking at the same general downward angle and talking, and I could see her eyes kind of darting a little bit. I mean, eyes naturally dart to some extent, but she really looks like she's reading. And it's really strange considering this is like, I mean, I'll do videos where I script it out, but it's like, you know, I want to make sure I get all the facts and shit right, and I want to make sure the structure is there. I've never had to write down a story that happened to me. You know, like, let me make sure I remember the sequence of events that are in my memory correctly.
Hey, you remember that time right in the middle of your nuance video that you scripted out and laid out very carefully when you fixed a fucking cord dangling in frame? Yeah.
That was great. There was a big cord just dangling there, and I batted at it like a kitten for like 20 solid minutes of that video. People loved it.
And I look over, and his window's open, and
he had his penis out.
is just out.
Cool.
Just out there for everyone.
How
to
big was
see.
it?
Specifically me.
Cool.
Targeted act.
Right.
First thing I see shirt, and then I see stomach, just a lot of stomach, like his shirt was pulled up, and then just penis. Just I see a lot. Not a lot. It wasn't that much penis.
Damn.
More penis than any person needs to see on their way to school. The amount of penis that you should see on your way to school is zero. Just zero penis.
You hear that,
wasn't even
TJ?
hard.
Damn. I disagree. I want to see more penis on my way to school. I don't go to school, but if I did.
If you knew that you would see penis on your way there, you'd probably end up going to school.
Yeah, man. I'd like to see at least 3 penises on every walk to school.
Dude, if it was up to TJ, every elementary school in the United States would be demolished and rebuilt to look like a penis, like with the cafeteria in the balls. And
Why
like
just elementary schools? Go every single school on Earth. Every institute of learning, period, has to be a penis.
Would be just a giant dick building.
TJ bought this ridiculous thing that was sold to him as by a street vendor in Rome. It was like burlesconi, and he had like a big boner that would like pop up.
And he did a dance.
Yeah, it was like this plastic toy.
But it broke.
Yeah.
Really easily. Because it was cheap. But I was drunk.
Yet, but he was
He wanted
jerking
it so badly.
But it was so limp, and it just looked like a Johnsonville sausage. Just
This sounds like a
wiggling
frat
in the
prank
wind.
or something.
And I can't get the image out of my mind because I am traumatized. I've
Really?
experienced
Well, wait a minute.
trauma.
I mean, if it
I don't
was soft and it looked like a fucking sausage, I mean, that doesn't sound like a very small penis, dude.
True.
Earlier you said it was small. I mean, if you got some dude who's not even hard, he's got a flaccid dick and it's waving around like a big sausage, that doesn't sound like a small dick to me. Just saying.
Maybe she means like a Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage.
Yeah, like does she mean like a Vienna sausage or something? I mean, you know.
I don't. I guess the worst part is that I don't normally feel safe when I'm by myself, walking alone, especially at night. I literally do not go out at night by myself. I don't feel safe as a.
You know, that's not really like contingent upon what gender you are. There's like people that just don't like to be outside alone at night. And there's people who just don't give a shit. Like, my girlfriend Chelsea, she doesn't care about walking alone at night. You know, she has no problem with it. Even if she's in, like, a shitty area, she's just not that worried about it. She just figures, you know, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen. What the fuck ever, you know? She takes reasonable precautions. But me, like, you know, I don't like walking around at night, even in a fucking nice area, because I'm just like, I don't know, I get that fucking feeling of apprehension and nervousness and paranoia. So I don't really think that's, like, divided along gender lines, necessarily.
Yeah, I get the same feeling, and a lot of it is due to shit that's happened to me.
Sure, like you actually, you know, were carjacked and stuff, so... I mean,
Sure.
you have probably a heightened sense of, like, awareness about that kind of stuff, because you don't want to be the victim of something like that again.
Hypervigilance, they call it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have that sort of naturally to an extent whenever I'm getting in my more paranoid mindset. But, you know, usually I'm all right.
Small, 5'1", 100-pound woman.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it's like to feel safe. Like, I go out and I'm just constantly worried that I'm going to be harassed or verbally abused or worse. And most of this is just the reality of being a woman, because a good amount of the time those things do happen. So it's...
I mean, I've seen, like, videos of, like, this dude who fucking, he was walking down the street and someone just threw a fucking egg at his head, you know, and it smashed open his fucking head and he was bloody and shit. There was a night where my wife at the time, Holly, was driving down the road and someone just threw a fucking Chipotle burrito at her windshield and it fucking just destroyed the windshield, which, you know, is surprising. You wouldn't think a burrito would be able to do that, but at that high of a fucking speed, yeah, it did. Now, it didn't, like, completely break, but the glass was shattered.
Yeah.
And they didn't know she was a woman driving. They just, you know, there's assholes out there looking to harass people. So, I mean, I think that everyone worries about that fucking contingency of people that are just going to fuck with you for no reason. I don't think that's like, oh, that's exclusive to women. You know, I don't feel fucking 100% safe when I'm walking around. I'm always vigilant because I know that there could be assholes out there that are just going to fuck with you.
I'll be honest with you guys. Like, as we're sitting here talking about this, I was like, nah, I'm not going to bring it up. And then, fuck it, let's just bring it up. There are places on the planet where being a small 5'1", 100-pound girl late at night would not be a fucking good idea. Would be a worse idea than to be a giant dude or, you know what I mean? Like one of us.
Of course. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, to give a quick example, the place that we were staying in West Hollywood when we were there for the LA meetup, like, I told the girl, the ladies that I was staying with, like, look, after dark here, probably not a great idea for you guys to be out alone. And I didn't do that, you know, so there are places. And maybe she lives in one of those fucking places. I don't know. But, like, the vast majority of places on this planet that aren't just straight up, like, super impoverished areas or weird, seedy club districts, women can go completely unmolested, not catcalled. This girl is not going to the grocery store and getting catcalled.
Yeah, I mean, sure it happens, and, you know, the dudes that do that are assholes, but who gives a shit? It's not even close to being a majority of men that behave that way, so... you know, I that's the thing I hate when you bring up these feminists. You try to make the, you know, you're just like, well, not all men are like that. I mean, it's not even really not all men. It's not even most men. It's like a very small minority of men that are like, yeah, baby, how about you jump on this dick? You know,
Well,
and
I
even,
think
and even
I think
the,
they
you
know
know,
that.
a lot of these girls like this though. I mean, like, if a guy even says like, "Hey, what's up?" to them, they're like, "Oh my god, street harassment."
Yeah.
I felt threatened. How dare you speak to me? In all fairness, when people speak to me, I get pretty freaked out too. It's like, don't talk to me, please. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. I don't want to interact with you. Get the fuck out of my way.
I remember we were at the UDF getting a milkshake one day, and we came out of the UDF, and you were like real quiet the whole time we were in there. And on our way back to the car, you were like, "Dude, you have to fucking stop talking to people." And I was like, "What?" And I had just like, I wasn't like being weird. I had just like sparked up a conversation with one of the dudes in line about something, and I made an offhanded remark to him. And TJ was so uncomfortable by that. Like, he was like, "You gotta stop fucking talking to everybody, man. Not everybody's a topic of conversation, man."
That's funny.
Yeah, it was a culture shock for me, man, because, you know, I don't talk to people. And if people do try to talk to me in public, I'm always very short and curt, like, because I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to some stranger. I just want to get about my day. But Paul's like, "Yeah, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
I like people. What? We're standing there in line awkwardly, silently. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm fine with that. It's not awkward for me. I like it like
I think
that.
Paul was like chit-chatting with the Uber drivers too all the time.
Dude, yeah, I did. Why wouldn't you? Oh my god, dude, are you honestly telling me you prefer just like the weird taxi driver that drives poorly and doesn't speak the entire time?
Yes, for sure.
Wow. Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm the fucking weirdo then.
I don't know. No, you're probably not. You're just a little bit more extroverted than I am. Anyway, fuck this bitch. Let's play something else.
I had some great fucking conversations with Uber drivers too.
Yeah?
Like, they would tell me the craziest shit. Like, there was this one chick that, like, she was taking me to a dispensary. And I think she was trying to find a way to ask me to buy her weed. And never really got around to it. But, like, the story ended with, like, her husband cheating on her. And, like, he's at home right now cheating on me. And I don't even give a fuck. Like, I don't know. That was a whole lot more interesting to me than a silent ride to the dispensary, but maybe that's
I don't know.
Just
I mean, what's the fascination? Because it's like, you know, there's people out there cheating and all that shit. So what does it matter? Like, oh, I met one of them. Now it's more real to me, or something. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
What's
I
the
guess
fucking
that's
novelty? I just don't get it. You know, I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, you know, I did have to talk to some of the Uber drivers because I was on such long rides with them. It would have been impolite to try to just be silent the whole time.
Right.
And they were saying things to me, and it was just like the most dreadful, boring conversations I've ever had to have in my life. I felt like I couldn't really be myself or anything.
Even if it was like a decent conversation, it's like you're never going to see them again anyway. Why build this like rapport with a total stranger that you'll just never see again?
Plus, I'm pretty sure that one of those people I had a polite conversation with still got offended because I had a shitty Uber review, and I'd only gotten 3 people, and I thought they were all cool with me, but apparently one of them was like, "Nope, fuck you, 1 star."
What a dick.
I don't know, dude. Like,
I think it was that grumbly Muslim guy, though, so I don't know.
To be honest, like, I'm interested in the mundane little things about people's lives, and I like talking to people I'm never gonna see again. It's interesting to get little.
Do you, Paul?
I do.
No way.
I do.
Let's watch a video.
All right.
We've probably got time for one more.
Okay. Let's do this one.
Zach Knight dumped a new.
What?
There were penis clouds here earlier, and this is what's left.
Yeah, penises.
Woo! Penis clouds.
I'm messing up my camera.
They're messing up my camera?
I think they're directly overhead, and that's why you're not seeing the penis shape. But these are. I'm not sure what this is. I believe that Zach Knight did drop a new cocky right over me.
Wow.
Yeah.
How is she still alive, dude?
South view.
Wait, from what we've heard of Nukaki, shouldn't there be like a giant like torrent of fucking like a tsunami of cum, like just wiping shit away? If it was dropped directly over her, I mean, like, where's the destruction? Maybe she was saved by the intrepid crew of the Church of Gale.
There were penis clouds earlier, but
Okay,
by
all
the time
right.
I
Well,
discovered them and brought my computer over into my bedroom to get this picture, it just looks like Zach's whacked them away. But these are, well, these look like normal clouds. There were some penis clouds earlier.
There were.
Actually,
oh, Jesus.
Zach's blowing them away. But
Zach's blowing them away.
as you can see, there's an
blowing the
overcast.
penis clouds.
This is all overcast, and there's no rain. Isn't that kind of strange?
No, it happens all the time.
No, that's not strange at all. That's literally not strange.
With clouds like this, we should have rain. There's no rain.
You're damn right,
They're
Gail.
just kind of like floating. It's like,
Come.
I don't know. I think the penis clouds are right above me. I'm not sure.
Okay.
The penis clouds are
So
in the
I
sky.
only played this.
Somebody put a dome.
What's
I
that?
only played this because you wanted to hear her talking about penises. So there it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Another Gale fail, man, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna see penis clouds, Gale, film them. Like,
Yeah, film the penis
Jesus.
clouds. Don't film normal clouds. Be like, there was penis clouds earlier.
Maybe she thought that there were penis clouds, but there were not.
yeah, maybe that's a distinct possibility that maybe she saw some shit that wasn't there.
Yep. All right, let's watch this this one here because you know we'll have something to
Politics
talk
of
about.
child molesting by Wild Bill.
I know.
When an Afghan police officer was continually abusing a little Afghan boy, tying him to a post to rape the little guy, the boy and his mother were desperate to stop the attacks. Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here, and the rape of children is something that we must all step up against. In Afghanistan, a Muslim nation,
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to fucking unite people under the banner of like, we're all gonna step up against this when you fucking basically sit there and like say that 90% of people are just like scum and shit in your eyes. You can't really call everyone like all liberals are fucking retarded and all these people are bad and all these people are even worse and then say, well, we need a coalition. We need a coalition of all people to get together and just declare that this is bad.
Homosexual men prey on little boys as an accepted part of the culture.
Right.
So the boy
Homosexual men prey on little boys as a part of the culture.
and his mother turned to the only men they knew they could trust, the men wearing the flag of the USA. American soldiers. The mother and little boy went to Sergeant First Class
America, fuck yeah,
Charles Martland and told him of their terrible ordeal and begged him to do something to protect the boy. Martland did the right thing. He reported the incident to his superiors and expected them to do the right thing, but he was shocked when they laughed it off. Under the Obama administration, Islamic child molesting is untouchable. Stopping the rape of little boys might offend the Muslims, and we all
I don't think the Muslims would be offended by you stopping the rape of little boys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're against that.
Yeah, I mean, they're against, you know, sexual relations with people, between people of the same gender in general.
Yes.
So I'm sure they would be just as against that as you are, so I don't really see that. If anything, you know, the military probably declined to do anything because either A, it was of no strategic value to do that, and they're not going to fucking just put lives on the line to police some other country, or B, they just don't even give a shit in the first place because they just fucking look at the Afghanis as subhuman mongrel scum.
I
And
actually
plenty of them
saw,
do have that attitude.
I actually saw a documentary about a dude, like he just followed around this Afghani police kind of like training unit to see how the training of Afghanis was going. And this is one of those things that got brought up in that documentary. There is in like these Afghani tribesmen this culture of using like little Islamic T-boys and using them as sex slaves. Like that is something that happens kind of rampantly in some areas of Afghanistan, according to these soldiers that had been traveling all over the place. One of them in the documentary tries to stop it, and he's completely stymied by both sides. The Afghanis didn't want to do anything.
I've heard of I don't know if it was specifically Afghanistan, but I know there was some businessman or like a Marine or something, or it's like one of these stories that's like been filtered through like 3 or 4 people, but apparently there was some fucking I think it was Saudi Arabian businessman or something. They were trying to work out a deal with him, and the Saudi businessman like casually says like, you know, women are for babies, boys are for fun. And they just, you know, with an expectation of agreement from the other party, and the other guy's just like, what the fuck? I'm not making a deal with this guy.
Which is shocking. Yet another fucking religion, you know, that criminalizes sex, basically. And you've got this strong undercurrent of men abusing children.
Much like, what's that other religion that did that?
Roman Catholicism.
Oh, yeah, that one. Ben, you were molested, right?
No.
Damn.
Oh, that
Poor
one.
Ben.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Poor Ben.
Liberals feel
no
about
priest
that.
wanted him. If only you'd been more fabulous like Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yep.
The priest would have been all over you.
There are hundreds of reports of American soldiers and Marines having to listen to the screams of little boys being raped by Muslim homosexuals, and
like, are they literally doing it like within earshot of the Marines and shit? I mean, you think the Marines could just take their own like action at that point? Like, what's anyone gonna do if they go and shoot that dude in the head? I mean, if it's happening right there.
not being allowed under the Obama rules to do anything about it.
Oh, it's because of Obama.
So did Obama, like, specifically fucking issue an order to his military, like, even if you see him raping a little boy, don't do nothing, because we don't want to piss off the Muslims. Because I'm a Muslim myself.
Save the boy.
If you
Whatever
hear
you do,
a little boy squealing like a pig next door, don't intervene.
Don't
Just
intervene
let him be raped.
when they're fucking the boy.
Said it before, and I say it again. Barack Obama is the most evil man to ever occupy the White House, and I will also say that the entire Democrat Party applauds everything Obama stands for. Well,
okay, neither of those things.
Yeah, a standing fucking ovation for the rape of boys in Afghanistan.
Yeah, the Democrats. There's like, every Democrat's just like, what? They're doing what in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Raping little boys? And Obama approves, right? Okay, then I approve too. Because Obama, whatever Obama says goes. I mean, come on. Give me a fucking break.
President God.
You fucking just live in a fucking fantasy world, dude.
Fortunately, the USA still has some real men left, and Charles Martland is one of them. No American man.
I bet you Obama uses, like, you know, military surveillance satellites to zoom in on the child rape. He probably sits and watches and eats popcorn and shit.
Yeah, just laughs.
Yep.
He's not even aroused by it. He just thinks it's funny. Yep. Yeah, rape him good. I'm president. I'm evil. I'm
president.
That's what this is probably fucking sitting doing in fucking Wild Bill's mind, dude.
He's sitting there playing a big pipe organ with like a mask that covers half of his face, like in his chamber.
It covers the black half of his face.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And stand by and allow a child to be raped.
Yep.
Martland paid that child raping Afghan a visit and beat him bloody. And now the Army wants to kick Martland out of the Army. This is unbelievable. Martland should be receiving a...
They want to kick him out of the Army for, you know, disobeying a direct order? Yeah, I mean, that's probably something that happens. I mean, whatever your fucking feeling is, I mean, like, there's a question about whether or not you even fucking should be there in the fucking first place.
Yeah.
A commendation for protecting that little boy. Thankfully, some members of Congress are speaking up boldly in support of Martland. Listen up, America. This is not just an Afghanistan problem. This filthy lifestyle is establishing itself in the USA under the Obama administration.
Oh, yeah.
Removing the age of consent laws is a top priority for the homosexual militants.
Yep. That's the truth. You even saw Milo doing on the show.
So we have tribes of warlords raping little boys, basically.
Yes, in the streets.
Because of Obama.
You haven't seen that? It's all over the place, dude.
Shit.
Yeah, I was fucking walking into Walmart yesterday, and I like turned to the side as I'm going in. You know, I'm going to buy a new standing lamp for my office because my current one's kind of wobbly and shit. And there was just a big mob of people like gathered around in a circle. I'm like, what are you guys up to? And I fucking went over there, and they were just raping children right there in the Walmart parking lot. And I was like, Jesus. you know, what's happened to America? And they're like, you know, it's great. Obama fucking said this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I guess I got to rethink my support for Obama that I had back in 2008, you know? It's pretty fucked up.
I mean, let's assume that this is happening. Let's assume that, like, there's this strong undercurrent of boy rape going on in Afghanistan. Did it just start when Obama became president? Like, did all the guys just go crazy when they saw Obama and, like, they were like, fuck it! I'm gonna start raping little boys now because that man's the president. No. Like, what? How would it be Obama's fault either way?
It is. The important thing is that if there's a problem in the world, listen, if something bad is happening in the world, listen, who's president? Obama's president. So whose fault is it? It's Obama's.
Obama.
Dark Lord Obama. I think the show's over.
All right, the show's over. We got through it. It was a rough one because of all the bullshit that went down.
Sorry, y'all. Hope it was more watchable than it was doable.
But, you know, we got to do the show. So there we go. Good night, everybody.
222. What the fuck you gonna do?